mean, I researched a handful of programs around the Bay Area. This was the one that for me was the best fit because it incorporated the technical skills with the real world.
And I knew I wanted to get all of these certificates, which I gained 7 of them. So to do that in a 3-year time frame, I did pretty well.
Internships matter. For me, the internship I had last summer led directly to a full-time position.
And I'm so happy, and I'm working for myself, and I'm very fulfilled.
Can you describe your experience as a student at SRJC?
Well, I've been taking classes here since the fall semester of 2000 with very few interruptions, and probably 6 units a semester usually. And my success varies according to what's going on in my life. I mean, I'm a grown-up. I've already got a bachelor's degree. I'm taking all these classes for my own interest, and I really don't care what the end result is. I want to learn things, and so that part has been great. I've been learning all kinds of things, and I've taken all kinds of classes, almost exclusively in the CIS department, though a few in the English department and the business technology department and the applied graphics department as well.
And recently, what have you been focusing on or studying for?
Mostly graphics applications from Adobe. They're my favorite things to learn. And InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator, Dreamweaver. I'd like eventually to get Adobe certification in most of those. I have Adobe Certified Associate status in Dreamweaver and Photoshop CS3. And the campus is now a testing facility for the Associate Adobe Certified Associate program, so that's kind of cool.
And after you took classes, how did you apply that knowledge in the world of work?
Well, sometimes I would have a job where I could use those skills. Right now I'm working as a freelancer using all my Illustrator skills. And I've taken every Illustrator class available on this campus. And I've gotten really good at it. And I work for a publishing company in the East Bay now, digitizing other people's artwork for inclusion in published books. My first assignment was about a year ago, and that book won't be published until August, or I'd have brought it with me today. But it's really fun, and to see my name on the inside of the book jacket as the illustrator and to see my work in print is very, very exciting.
So you work from your home?
I do.
Can you tell us a little bit about what that's like, what's good about it and what's hard about it?
Well, it's kind of easy. I mean, I sort of save a lot on gas, and I never have to worry about getting a parking place close enough or, anything like that. But it can be challenging. I get all my work, they usually FedEx a package of drawings to me, and when I'm done with the assignment, I use FTP protocol to upload it to their server. And that part is, pretty cut and dried. What's challenging is creating structure in my day and getting things, I don't have a problem meeting deadlines, but sometimes it's a challenge to remember that I have to be working, and it's not all about running around taking people places and doing favors for people because I don't have a real job, and that's a big challenge, as well as not having too much familiarity with people that I'm technically working with and for, but I don't really know them, and that's kind of a challenge. I'm a social person, which is sometimes why it's easy to drag me out of my my little desk area and out into the real world with a friend, because it's, we crave, contact with people, so that's a challenge.
What advice do you have for someone who's considering enrolling at the JC or pursuing a career with graphic design?
Well, do it. I mean, if you have skills as an artist, or even if you don't, and there's other things that you're interested in any of those graphics applications, there's all kinds of things you can do with them. And if you end up not even being able to work with them professionally, they're personally enriching. We all have computers now, and if all you do on your computer is surf the web and answer email, you're missing out on a lot. And you know, you can do things for yourself, and you can develop skills that are, you can approach it as you know, having fun, and then find out, you know, a year later that you have skills that are actually marketable, and you may end up being a career change. You know, got me out of answering the telephone. I spent a long time in Hawaii serving dinner to tourists, but when I came back here to the mainland, I was also a new mother, and I was home with children for a long time. But then when I got back into the job market, I didn't feel like I had a lot of marketable skills, so I ended up, you know, with a 148 IQ answering the telephone. It was kind of, you know, annoying. So this is much better, much better. In addition to doing illustrations, I also am a technical editor for the same company, and so my assignments vary a lot. And each time a new book comes through, it's a completely different. Every book has different needs. Every group of illustrations is completely different. There's actually, you know, a lot of problem solving that goes on with digitizing artwork. And sometimes I look at something and I kind of, my eyes bug out, and how am I going to do that? And I have not failed yet. So I guess that's a testament to my own problem solving skills, but also I didn't realize at the time, learning something in class, how it would apply in the future, but it does. And sometimes you think, I'll never use this, but you do. It's like the kids at school always say, I don't need math. You do.
Do you have any advice to someone who is considering coming back to school at the JC?
Do it. You know, especially if you're older, like I am, a person of a certain age, I would say you're not going to be in a room with only teenagers and 20-somethings, people of all ages here, and you don't have to drop your life and come to school full time. You can take one class a semester. There are classes online. There are classes in the evenings. There are classes on the weekends. You can make it work for you. And you can take one class your first semester. You know, the time is going to go by whether you take a class or not, you know, and you're going to get older, and, you know, we're all the age that we are, and forget about what age you are, and just realize that, you know, life is going to keep going on, and if you just jump in, do it. I haven't really had a bad class. There's classes that I was more successful in, but one of the most challenging classes I've had most recently was that new class that's for the media, multimedia projects. I took the first class in it last fall, and it was very challenging. It's like, learn Flash in 2 weeks, learn this in Dreamweaver in 2 weeks. And I had some of those classes before, but actually something about the very fast pace we were learning everything kind of made it more, I got it faster, and it was pretty great. It was a lot of stuff, Flash and video editing and website design and a whole bunch of stuff, introductory, intended as introductions, and you would go on from there to learn more, but it was really fast-paced and exciting, and a lot of fun.
As you look into the future, do you have any goals for what you'd like to do in your career?
Yes, and that is developing my own business. One thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is all these illustrations are for a publishing company that deals primarily in quilt making. And I am a quilt maker, and I am a designer. And I always think this of everything, that if I can do it, everyone can. And I see a quilt, I want to make it, I just make it. I don't get a book, I don't buy a pattern, I just make it. And I've learned recently that not everyone can do that. People do buy books, they do buy patterns because they don't know what to do. And so I'm using my InDesign skills and page layout skills to create patterns, my illustration skills to create the diagrams, to my Photoshop skills to photograph my quilts and include them, you know, and everything else I picked up on a way to create a brand identity for myself. Then I'm going to develop a website and market my stuff on. It's like everything I'm learning is all kind of coming together and developing this business, and it's not just one thing that's more useful than another. They're all components of what will be my eventual success, and I'm really excited about that. So being here at Santa Rosa Junior College is one of the most enriching experiences of my life, more so even than college and real college, if you want to call it that. It's great because, well, part of it is because it's on my own terms. I don't have to look at the catalog and see what's required next, and I'm having a lot of fun. That's all.